You have been taught that kindness is strength. You have been told that niceness opens doors, that generosity returns tenfold, that selflessness is the highest virtue. They lied. The world does not reward the nice guy. It consumes him. It takes his kindness as weakness, his generosity as invitation, his selflessness as servitude. The nice guy finishes last, not because the race is unfair, but because he carries others on his back while they run ahead. The first law of transformation is the law of the unowned kindness. Every act of kindness you perform without expectation is a gift you give to those who will exploit it. The world is not a ledger where good deeds are recorded and repaid. It is a wilderness where the weak are eaten and the strong survive. Your kindness, unguarded and unconditional, is not virtue. It is an invitation to be devoured. The second law is the law of the paused hand. Before you give, before you help, before you sacrifice, pause. Ask yourself, what will this cost me? What will this gain them? What will remain when the giving is done? The paused hand sees what the eager hand misses, that many who ask for help are not in need, but in greed, not in crisis, but in convenience, not in desperation, but in exploitation. The third law is the law of the measured gift. When you give, give not from abundance, but from strategy. Give what costs you little, but appears valuable. Give when giving serves your purpose, not when asking serves theirs. Give in public, where your generosity is witnessed and remembered. Give to those who can return value, not to those who only take. The measured gift is not kindness, it is investment. The fourth law is the law of the visible boundary. The nice guy has no boundaries. He is a country without borders, open to all invaders. The prince has walls, gates, guards. He makes his boundaries visible, known, enforceable. Those who approach know what is permitted and what is forbidden. They know the cost of crossing. The visible boundary does not repel, it educates. It teaches others how to treat you, and those who cannot learn are not permitted to remain. The fifth law is the law of the unapologetic no. The nice guy apologizes for boundaries. "I'm sorry, I can't," he says, as if his limits were failures. The prince says no without apology, without explanation, without guilt. No is a complete sentence. No requires no justification. No is not cruelty, it is clarity. Those who cannot accept no are not seeking kindness, they are seeking submission. The sixth law is the law of the unreturned favor. The nice guy believes that favors create debts, that kindness returns, that giving obliges receiving. He is wrong. Favors are not debts unless you enforce them. Kindness does not return unless you demand it. Giving obligates nothing unless the receiver knows you will not give again without return. The unreturned favor is not a loss, it is information. It tells you who sees you as a resource rather than a person. The seventh law is the law of the cultivated scarcity. The nice guy is always available, always accessible, always ready to serve. Availability reduces value. What is always there is never precious. The prince cultivates scarcity of his time, his attention, his presence. He is not always available, and because he is not, his availability becomes valuable. Those who want access must earn it, must wait for it, must value it when it comes. The eighth law is the law of the unexpected withdrawal. The nice guy is predictable, always giving, always available, always kind. Predictability is vulnerability. The prince sometimes withdraws. Sometimes he says no when yes was expected. Sometimes he is cold when warmth was anticipated. The unexpected withdrawal unsettles, confuses, reminds others that he is not theirs to command. It breaks the pattern of expectation and restores the balance of power. The ninth law is the law of the witnessed virtue. The nice guy is kind in private, helpful in secret, generous without audience. His virtue is invisible, and invisible virtue is worthless. The prince ensures his virtues are witnessed, not shouted, not boasted, simply seen. A kindness observed is a kindness that builds reputation. A generosity witnessed is a generosity that returns in influence. The unseen gift benefits only the receiver. The seen gift benefits the giver. The 10th law is the law of the recalculated investment. The nice guy invests endlessly in people who never return. He gives and gives, hoping that someday they will change. They never do. The prince recalculates. He observes who returns and who only takes. He adjusts his investments accordingly. Those who give nothing receive nothing. Those who return receive more. This is not transactional. It is survival. You cannot pour from an empty vessel, and those who take without return leave you empty. The 11th law is the law of the unapologetic priority. The nice guy puts others first, always, their needs before his, their wants before his, their emergencies before his peace. The prince puts himself first, not because he is selfish, but because he knows that a neglected self cannot serve anyone. The empty vessel gives nothing. The depleted well waters no one. Priority is not selfishness, it is sustainability. The 12th law is the law of the unreadable expression. The nice guy wears his feelings on his face. Everyone knows when he is hurt, pleased, disappointed, hopeful. Transparency is vulnerability. The prince cultivates an expression that reveals nothing. Those who study him find only what he allows them to find. They cannot use his feelings against him because they cannot find his feelings at all. The unreadable face is the ultimate shield. The 13th law is the law of the delayed response. The nice guy responds immediately to every request, every demand, every message. Immediacy signals availability, and availability signals low value. The prince delays. He does not respond to everything immediately. He lets some requests wait, some messages go unanswered, some demands unmet. The delayed response teaches others that his time is valuable, that access is not automatic, that he is not theirs to command. The 14th law is the law of the unspoken standard. The nice guy explains his standards, justifies his boundaries, defends his choices. Explanation invites debate. Justification invites challenge. Defense invites attack. The prince sets standards without explanation, maintains boundaries without justification, makes choices without defense. His standards are not negotiable because they are not offered for negotiation. Those who cannot meet them simply do not remain. The 15th law is the law of the unmourned loss. The nice guy mourns every loss, every friendship that ends, every opportunity that passes, every person who leaves. He clings, grieves, chases. The prince releases without mourning. He understands that loss is not failure, it is filtration. Those who leave were never meant to stay. Those who end were never meant to continue. The unmourned loss creates space for what belongs. The 16th law is the law of the unfed parasite. The nice guy feeds those who take from him. He gives them attention, energy, resources, and they grow fat on his kindness while he weakens. The prince identifies parasites quickly and starves them. He gives them nothing, not his time, not his attention, not his emotion. The unfed parasite shrinks, weakens, and eventually seeks another host. Your kindness is not their right. The 17th law is the law of the unspoken power. The nice guy talks about his strength, announces his boundaries, declares his independence. Words are wind. The prince never speaks of his power, he demonstrates it. He never announces his boundaries, he enforces them. He never declares his independence, he lives it. Unspoken power is the only power that cannot be challenged, for there is nothing to challenge. It simply exists, undeniable and silent. The 18th law is the law of the unrequested opinion. The nice guy offers opinions freely, advises generously, shares wisdom without being asked. Unsolicited advice is not wisdom, it is intrusion. The prince keeps his counsel until it is sought. He knows that advice requested is valued, advice imposed is resented. Those who truly want his wisdom will ask for it. Those who do not ask do not deserve to receive. The 19th law is the law of the unfinished business. The nice guy finishes everything, every task, every favor, every commitment, immediately, completely, perfectly. Completion creates expectation. Those who receive perfect service expect it again. The prince sometimes leaves things unfinished. Sometimes he delays. Sometimes he does less than expected. Sometimes he simply stops. The unfinished business reminds others that his service is not automatic, that his effort is not guaranteed, that his help is gift, not obligation. The 20th law is the law of the unbroken self. The nice guy fragments himself, giving pieces to everyone who asks, shaping himself to please each person, becoming what others need him to be. Fragmentation is destruction. The prince remains whole. He does not fragment for anyone. He is himself, complete and unbroken, and those who cannot accept him as he is may leave. The unbroken self is the only self worth having. You have now received the 20 laws of transformation. The nice guy dies hard. He has been with you since childhood, taught by parents who meant well, by teachers who believed lies, by a world that profits from your giving. But he must die. Not gradually, not gently, not with apology. He must be killed, and you must be the killer. Rise from his grave different, not cruel, not cold, not unkind, but strategic, protected, sovereign. The world will not thank you for this transformation. It will fear you, resent you, perhaps even hate you, but it will never again consume you. The nice guy is dead. Long live the prince. You have slain the nice guy, but the grave is fresh, the earth still loose, and the old self has allies who will try to resurrect him. Those who benefited from your niceness will not release you easily. They will call you cruel, changed, unrecognizable. They will weep and rage and plead. They will say you are not yourself. They are right. You are not the self they consumed. You are something new, and their weeping is the sound of their power over you dying. The 21st law is the law of the unmoved heart. Those who weep for the nice guy will try to move you with their tears. They will appeal to your guilt, your pity, your history together. You must remain unmoved, not because you are cruel, but because their tears are weapons. Every tear is a test. Every plea is a probe. Your unmoved heart teaches them that the old ways no longer work, that the old self is truly dead, that they must deal with what stands before them now, not what they once consumed. The 22nd law is the law of the new language. Those who knew the nice guy spoke a language of demand and expectation. They said, "You always, you never, you promised." This language has no power over the prince. You must teach them a new language, one of request and respect. You do not respond to demands. You do not answer to expectations. You respond only to requests made with respect, and even then, you choose. The new language takes time to learn, and those who cannot learn it cannot remain. The 23rd law is the law of the unforced growth. You cannot become the prince overnight. Transformation is not an event, but a process. Each day you will face choices to give or withhold, to explain or remain silent, to bend or stand firm. Some days you will fail, slipping back into old patterns. This is not defeat, it is practice. The prince judges himself not by perfection, but by direction. As long as you move forward, you are becoming. The 24th law is the law of the unshared struggle. The nice guy shares his struggles, his doubts, his fears, seeking comfort, validation, sympathy. The prince keeps his struggles to himself, not because he has none, but because sharing them gives others power over him. Those who know your weaknesses can exploit them. Those who know your doubts can amplify them. Those who know your fears can weaponize them. The prince struggles in silence and emerges stronger without witnesses. The 25th law is the law of the unaccepted blame. The nice guy accepts blame easily for things he did, things he didn't do, things that were never his fault. He apologizes to keep peace, to avoid conflict, to be liked. The prince accepts blame only when it is truly his, and even then sparingly. He does not apologize for existing, for having boundaries, for protecting himself. He does not accept blame for others' feelings, others' choices, others' failures. The unaccepted blame returns to its rightful owner. The 26th law is the law of the unchosen companion. The nice guy surrounds himself with whoever wants to be near him. He accepts anyone, keeps everyone, loses himself in the crowd. The prince chooses his companions carefully. He knows that those closest to him shape him, his thoughts, his standards, his destiny. He admits only those who elevate him, challenge him, respect him. The unchosen companion is not admitted, no matter persistent. The 27th law is the law of the unanswered question. The nice guy answers every question, personal, intrusive, inappropriate. He explains himself constantly, as if his life required justification. The prince leaves many questions unanswered. "Why did you do that?" goes unanswered. "What are you thinking?" remains a mystery. "Where were you?" receives silence. The unanswered question teaches others that you are not required to account for yourself, that your life is your own, that their curiosity is not your obligation. The 28th law is the law of the unobserved observer. The nice guy performs for his audience. He shapes himself to please, to be liked, to be accepted. The prince watches instead of performs. He observes others, their weaknesses, their desires, their patterns, while revealing nothing of himself. The observed become known. The observer remains unknown. Knowledge is power, and the observer holds all the knowledge, while the observed hold only the illusion of attention. The 29th law is the law of the uninterrupted purpose. The nice guy is easily distracted, a request, a crisis, a demand, and he abandons his path to serve others. The prince has a purpose, and he pursues it without interruption. He does not drop everything for every emergency. He does not abandon his work for every demand. His purpose is his compass, and he follows it through all distractions. Those who would interrupt him learn that his path is more important than their urgency. The 30th law is the law of the unborrowed strength. The nice guy leans on others for strength, for validation, for direction, for courage. He borrows what he should build. The prince builds his own strength. He does not ask others to carry him. He does not seek validation from those who cannot see him. He finds courage within, direction within, validation within. The unborrowed strength cannot be taken away because it was never borrowed. It is his, built by him, owned by him, forever. The 31st law is the law of the uncelebrated victory. The nice guy needs applause. He needs others to see his wins, acknowledge his progress, celebrate his successes. The prince celebrates alone. His victories are his own, and they need no witness. The uncelebrated victory is the purest victory. It exists for itself, not for the admiration of others. When you can win without applause, you are finally free from the need for it. The 32nd law is the law of the unrepeated gift. The nice guy gives the same gift repeatedly, his time, his energy, his resources, to those who have proven they will not return it. He hopes they will change. They never do. The prince gives once. If the gift is not returned, not appreciated, not valued, he does not give again. The unrepeated gift is not punishment, it is information. It tells the receiver that their response determines their future. Those who learn receive more. Those who do not receive nothing more. The 33rd law is the law of the unforced respect. The nice guy tries to make people respect him. He works for it, buys it, begs for it. Respect that must be forced is not respect, it is fear or pity. The prince does not seek respect. He lives in such a way that respect comes naturally, or it does not come at all. Those who cannot respect him simply do not remain in his world. The unforced respect of the few is worth more than the forced respect of the many. The 34th law is the law of the unfinished conversation. The nice guy stays in conversations long after they should end. He cannot bear to leave, to disengage, to be the one who walks away. The prince ends conversations when they cease to serve him. He does not wait for natural pauses, for polite excuses, for permission to leave. He simply goes. The unfinished conversation teaches others that his time is his own, that his presence is a gift, not an obligation. Those who want more of him learn to make their conversation worth staying for. The 35th law is the law of the unread letter. The nice guy reads every message, responds to every communication, engages with every attempt to reach him. He is always available, always responsive, always accessible. The prince leaves some letters unread, some messages unanswered, some attempts ignored. Not because he is cruel, but because availability without discrimination is servitude. The unread letter teaches that access is not automatic, that communication must earn response, that some voices do not deserve to be heard. The 36th law is the law of the unseen effort. The nice guy wants his effort seen. He wants credit for what he does, acknowledgement for what he gives, recognition for what he sacrifices. The prince's efforts are often unseen. He works in silence, sacrifices without witnesses, builds without applause. The unseen effort is pure. It exists for itself, not for the approval of others. When you can work without needing to be seen working, you have mastered the first secret of true power. The 37th law is the law of the unspoken standard. The nice guy explains his standards, justifies his boundaries, defends his choices. Explanation invites debate, justification invites challenge, defense invites attack. The prince sets standards without explanation, maintains boundaries without justification, makes choices without defense. His standards are not negotiable because they are not offered for negotiation. Those who cannot meet them simply do not remain. The 38th law is the law of the unshared credit. The nice guy shares credit freely, even when it is not due. He wants to be seen as generous, as humble, as a team player. The prince takes credit for what he earns. He does not share it with those who did not earn it. He does not diminish his achievements to make others comfortable. The unshared credit is not greed, it is truth. Your work is yours, and those who did not do it do not deserve to be associated with it. The 39th law is the law of the unmourned past. The nice guy mourns his past mistakes, past losses, past selves. He carries them with him, heavy and unresolved. The prince releases the past. He learns from it, then leaves it. He does not mourn what is gone, because mourning keeps it present. The unmourned past is truly past, and the prince lives in the present, building toward the future, unburdened by what he cannot change. The 40th law is the law of the unfinished transformation. You will never be finished becoming the prince. There is no final destination, no point at which you can stop and say, I am complete. The prince is always becoming, always learning, always growing. Those who think they have arrived have already begun to decline. The unfinished transformation is the only transformation that matters, the constant work of becoming more than you were, the endless journey toward a self that is always just ahead. You have now received the full 40 laws of transformation. The nice guy is dead, and the prince lives. But remember, the prince is not a destination, he is a direction. Every day you will face choices that test whether the nice guy still breathes in you. Every day you must kill him again, must choose the prince again, must become again. This is not failure, it is the work. The work never ends, and neither does your becoming. Go now and live as the prince. The world will not thank you. It will fear you, resent you, perhaps hate you, but it will never again consume you. The nice guy is dead. Long live the prince.